6:15 in the morning. I am out of here. This was my stealth site. I actually had company. I didn't tell you. I had yesterday. I passed. Well, I didn't pass. Yesterday, two different guys passed me. That's all I saw on the trail yesterday was two guys. You know, they were probably within 2 hours apart. And then when I went to the camp store, there was this nice couple, older couple from Wyoming, who through hiked in 22, but they did a flip-flop. They started at Harper's Ferry, so I never saw them. And obviously, when I got COVID, I only made it up to this park, so I never met them. Didn't get to Harper's Ferry. It's beautiful. Anyway, we talked for a little bit. They ended up camping here too. I didn't tell them where I was going. And they stayed at the store because they got to the store about 15 minutes before I left. It was gorgeous up here. Watched the sunset. Got to, got to just enjoy being up on the mountain. It did rain just a little bit yesterday, but it stopped last night once I was in my tent. But it stopped in time, and it's windy enough that it dried everything out. So I had to hang a bear bag for the first time on this trip, which went well. And we had some early morning sunrise seekers come up who I was already up, but they were making a ton of noise. It's quite funny how when people are in the woods, some people, they think they're by themselves, and then as soon as they saw the tents, I guess they got real quiet. But it's just funny how people assume they're all by themselves when they're in the woods. I'm gonna go to the wayside today and eat one meal, and I don't know where I'm going from there. Talk to you later. I just realized I never wrapped up for the day. It is 7:45 on Friday. I don't remember the date, but I know it's Friday. And just realized I haven't wrapped up. So, what happened since I spoke? Oh, that was like way early in the morning. So, the last 2 days have been insanely hot. Extremely hot. So hot that there have been heat warnings out. So everyone is just dying. Just absolutely dying. I've been carrying, making sure that I have at least 2 liters of water with me at all times. Whereas today I passed a bunch of water sources. I wouldn't have normally carried that much, but I just didn't want to risk it. And at one point I almost ran out of water, and actually I got to the shelter and I was taking the last swig as I was walking here. So today was a 13-mile day, which includes going to the Big Meadows wayside, which I was there before they started serving lunch, which was a huge bummer. Although if I would have waited a little bit, because it turns out I ended up staying there for a good hour and a half. And if I would have waited, I could have gotten a burger and fries again or something else. But I was so hungry and I was so hot, I just wanted something cold to drink. I ran into the 2 hikers that I camped with last night. The names were Irish and Repeat. And they gave me trail magic. Look at this. They gave me trail magic. So apparently Irish, they're actually staying in a nice room tonight at one of the lodges. And they're very excited because they're going to get a good meal, they're going to get to shower, and they get to do laundry. And so she had to buy a 3-pack, and when she saw me, she's like, "Oh, good, I'm glad we caught you." And she said, "Here, do you want this?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm going into town in a couple of days, and I could totally use that." So I actually added weight to my pack today, which is, normally the longer you're out, the weight, you lose the weight as you eat, at least. So I added another 1.31 ounces, which I know to some of you are like, that's nothing, but all those ounces add up to pounds. Let's see. Ran into today 2 people from Florida. I haven't run into anyone from Florida this whole time except for today. A guy from Key West, and I don't remember his trail name. He's through hiking. And a girl up north of Ocala. And again, I don't remember her trail name. And she is also through hiking. She is actually at the shelter where I'm at today. I'm at Rock Springs Shelter. I'm up above in tent sites. Last I knew, there were 8 of us here, but we just had the scariest storm. I've never been so scared for my life in my tent before in a storm as I was today. So much so I had everything ready. I was ready to bolt if I had to. It was horrendous. So we seem to be through the worst of it. Like it's subsided, and I'm hoping there's no more bands coming through. But holy crap, that sucked. And I feel so bad for the hikers that were still on trail. I know some came here because I just heard some storming through, so they must have been stuck in the middle of the trail somewhere, because the closest place is 4 miles away, and that was the Big Meadows wayside that I was at earlier. I'm just gonna, I've been here for a couple hours, which was a good thing. It again, way too hot. The water source is down from the shelter, but it's really steep. And when I get to camp, I pick a spot, I set up my tent. If I'm hanging a bear bag, hang the bear bag. Or all of these places have had bear boxes, which have been nice, and also bear poles. So I've been putting my stuff in the bear poles. In the bear boxes, except for last night I actually had to hang my food. But then I filter water, and I was so hot, so tired. I really wanted something cold to drink. So that water is ice cold, which is nice. I went down, and it was pretty steep, and it would have been fine if I did it now, but because I was so tired, just the last mile here, the funny thing is, I was thinking about moving on, but and not stopping at the shelter 2 miles back. Then I got to a mile, and I was just dying. It was so hot, and I knew word on the trail was there was this nasty storm coming with hail, and I thought, this is not the time to stealth camp by myself. I probably should camp where there's other people where other people are gonna be today. And so I did that. There's a really cool building, it looks like a shelter or a cabin down there that has a gorgeous view and a privy. So I haven't even looked it up. I was so tired I didn't even look it up. Tomorrow I am hiking to the next shelter, and that is because that's 11 miles, and I don't know if I'm doing any side trips or not. That's supposedly 11 miles after I get out of here. I have to get back on the AT, which is, of course, up. It's always up. Although today, I have to say, we did have a lot of down at the beginning. I had a lot of down at the beginning, but then it was just, at the hottest part of the day, it was just up, 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 and my lungs are just... but I do it. I just take a little longer. I do it. The reason why I'm only going 11 tomorrow is because I'm actually going into town on Sunday. I've been doing, the way it's been working out with the road crossings and towns, I don't want to carry a lot of weight and food, so I've been doing 3 days, 3 nights, go into town and do a Nero, and then 3 nights and go into town. So tomorrow will be my 3rd night. Town is the road to get to town is 3.1 miles. I didn't have cell signal most of the day yesterday, and I started panicking. Not panicking, but I kind of freak out when I don't have plans set, and you never know if you have signal or not. So I kept stopping along the way to see if I had signal, which was a pain, but I did finally, about a mile before I got here, I was able to book a room in town in Luray, and also get a hold of a shuttle driver who actually answered, because most of the time you have to text them and then they get back to you. And he's going to pick me up Sunday at 9 a.m. and then he's going to drop me back off on trail. I think he's getting me at 7:30 in the morning on Monday morning, so I'm looking forward to it. The part of showering, it's amazing how smelly one gets. And I just showered a couple of days ago, so it is horrible. It is horrible how smelly you get when it's hot out. So I am going to just finish up a couple of chores that I need to do and call it a night. Have a great night.